the real count that is coming in shows that I'm leading. So I think I'm very confident that I have gotten the mandate of the Indonesian people.
A lot of the polls that we've been looking at, many that are reliable in the past, some representing 2,000 polling stations around the country. I just want to give you an idea of what they have told us. Indonesia's think tank CSIS has Widodo at 52%, yourself at 48%. Kompas.com, who I know you know well, the online group, have also got a similar result. Widodo at 52%, you at 48%. And Saiful Mujani puts Mr. Widodo at 52.76% and yourself at 47%. A lot of the people that are looking at these polls are saying you're out of the race.
No. No, completely the other way around. Those institutions that you mentioned, they are all very partisan. They have openly supported Joko Widodo for the last maybe 1 year, and they're actually part of the Joko Widodo campaign supporters. So they are not objective, completely not objective. And I think they are part of this grand design to manipulate perception. So let us rely on the legal institutions of Indonesia. There is a General Election Commission. There is a process of counting, real counting coming in. We have witnesses in every voting station. And we have voting certificates of the witnesses, which have all the required signatures. So let us go through the due process of counting, verification, and let the General Election Commission decide.
Absolutely, you are completely.
Yes.
You're completely correct to say that we should, of course, wait till the official results come out in 10 days' time.
1 moment.
Let me just ask you, though, why you're so sure that you think you will win.
Excuse me. No, excuse me. Can I finish? All the surveying companies that you mentioned, they are commercial companies. And I can bring you 16 survey companies that put me ahead. So I think that's not really fair to use those 3 or 4 companies as reference points.
Let's talk about your style of politics compared to your rival, Joko Widodo, who is seen as a man of the people, appealing to the well-off people in Indonesia. He seems to have done particularly well in addressing the voter community that you've not been able to approach. Many saying that your politics are traditional and conservative to establishment. Do you think that will cost you votes in this election?
No. That's a perception that the other side has concocted. It's a complete concoction. I think my rival is a product of PR campaign. Completely the other side. He is actually a tool of the oligarchs, and I don't think that's the correct picture. He's not a man of the people. He claims to be humble, but that's just an act. In my opinion, that's just an act.
He does, though, have a clean reputation, and his campaign has not been plagued, unlike yours. Unlike yours, by allegations of human rights abuses committed under the Suharto regime. And if I can just remind our viewers, the unit that you commanded in 1998, accused of kidnapping, torturing and killing activists who protested at the time against Suharto. How do you think you can now be seen as a reputable, clean politician who can lead a country when you think about the results in 10 days' time?
You know, every time I get a lot of support in the polls. All these accusations, innuendos, defamation of character comes up. This is my third gender election. I'm now leading the third largest party of the fourth largest country in the world. Indonesia is the fourth largest country in the world. We are 250 million people. We are the size of Europe. And I'm leading the third largest party. And now I'm leading a coalition which represent nearly 2/3 of Indonesian voters. How do 2/3 of the Indonesian people, how can they be fooled? How can they be so stupid to support someone who is what all my rivals accuse me of being? So this is completely defamation of character.
Do you not think, though, it is about time that you unequivocally address what happened and these allegations directly?
Oh, I have. Many times. On record, on tape, on, I think anybody, any foreign press who interview me, they will always ask me about human rights allegations. You know, this is the story for the last 16 years.
But it keeps coming up. With all due respect, it keeps coming up year after year. How are you going to be able to put that away from where you stand today?
Well, it keeps coming up. It keeps coming up by my enemies, by my rivals. It's part of the game of politics.
Is it not time to put an end to it and actually answer the questions that are being leveled at you about these allegations?
I have answered many times on record. On record, I'm a free man. I've never been indicted of anything. This is just a political campaign to destroy me because they do not like what I stand for. I stand for a clean Indonesia. I stand for justice for my people. I stand for a fair deal for the Indonesian people. They have always been lied to. They have always been considered stupid. Indonesians are considered stupid, lazy people. This is the old-time colonialist perception that they want to pin on the Indonesian people.
Okay, well, when the results are announced,
the big oligarchs can take all the money and I beg your pardon? I beg your pardon?
Apologies for interrupting. When the results are announced on July the 21st and July the 22nd, if they show that your rival, Joko Widodo, has won, will you graciously accept that as the will of the Indonesian people?
That is part of democracy. If he is certified winning fairly, of course I will concede. But I'm very confident all the real count coming in shows I'm leading. And as of yesterday, with 60% of the real count coming in, I am leading. So I'm very confident we are the ones who got the mandate.
What will your message be to your supporters? Because there are a growing number of concerns regarding perhaps protests on the streets or even violence should the result not go your way. I mean, what is your message to them now?
Do you know that one of the television stations that supported me, they have been attacked, in 2 of their stations have been attacked, vandalized. Do you know that one of the polling company that predicted that I won, they were attacked last night by a Molotov bomb? So where does the violence come from? Where does the intimidation come from?
What is your message, though, to your supporters?
My reports. I've gotten reports from my supporters that they have been intimidated, they have been attacked in many parts of Indonesia. So my message is, I have said that on record, you can check. Always, I've said many times, keep calm, be cool. Our rivals are our brothers and they are not enemies. All my speeches, and not one speech from my rival saying the same thing. Not one. I have said that if the Election Commission certify the real will of the people, I will honor the decision. They have not said that. They have not said one time during the entire campaign, I think I've made 10 or 15 statements on national television during the presidential debate. At every event, hundreds of million people have seen this. And from my rival, not one time a statement that they will honor the decision of the Indonesian people. In fact, what we get is announcement that if Prabowo wins, then it's cheating, even before the real count come in.
I just want to ask you one final question, sir. What will you do if you don't win?
What? I'm very confident I win. But you know, if the Indonesian people do not need me, I'm fine. I have a good quality of life. I like to go back, you know, to my life. In fact, it's a quieter life out of politics. I'm doing this out of obligation to serve my people.